Hey guys, it is Whitney. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. You should subscribe because... So, if you don't know, I'll catch you up to speed. Taylor Swift is going on tour starting this year. She hasn't been on tour since 2018. Today I'm going to be telling you my dream set list. If I could create a set list for Taylor to sing, this would be my set list. Let me know down below top 3 or top 5 songs that you would die to hear Taylor sing live. And without any further ado, let's get on with the video. I limited myself to 3 songs per album, which was hard for some albums, not as hard for other albums. First album to start with is
Taylor Swift.
My first track on debut that I need to hear is Tim McGraw. I have a feeling Tim McGraw will be on the set list. At least I'm manifesting it, because obviously that was Taylor's first album and first single on that album. Also, it's like when you think Tim McGraw, I hope you think of me, like ERAS Tour, and I need to hear it live. So, second song, our song. I feel like everyone will agree with this. We need this song on the set list. This song is so much fun. So those first 2 songs that I need to hear are singles, but this one is not. It is Mary's song. I feel like this is like a fan favorite, especially on debut. And you know that inside joke, every single night someone would be like, I heard Taylor sound checking Mary's song. And now it's like a joke through the fandom, and every time she does something, we're like, I hear her sound checking Mary's song. Imagine if that was a permanent song on the set list. Life altering, for real. All right, moving on to Fearless. And the first song I need to hear on Fearless is Fearless. Imagine being able to scream with Taylor Swift, with you I dance in a storm in my best dress. Fearless. Also, in this moment now, capture it, remember it. Second song is The Best Day. I also really want to hear it because it helped me through some times in middle school. I deeply relate to it. It's like me and my mom's song. Third song might be kind of a shock, and I don't think anyone else would put this on their set list dream, but Jump Then Fall. So fun, so catchy. I think it'd be so fun just to sing with an audience. I don't remember if she's ever sung that song live, but imagine. Every time you smile, I smile. Every time you shine, I shine for you. I've never been so wrapped up, honey. I like the way you're everything I ever wanted. It's just so fun and catchy. I would love it. Third album is obviously number 1, Sparks Live. I just can't sing this song normally. I feel like you have to just go all out with it. I've heard this song live before on the Speak Now tour, but also I was 7 there. So I would love to hear it again. Number 2 is, in my opinion, the most important song that she has to sing, Long Live. I know this was on the Rep Tour set list, and it was Piano, which is beautiful. There's also not a remix, a mashup with New Year's Day. But I want Long Live just by itself, the entire song. The bridge gives me chills. May these memories break our fall. I would be crying if she played that song. Number 3, I feel like is a given, Enchanted. I've always been an Enchanted stan. I know it going on viral on TikTok kind of made people gain recognition to it, but that is actually top 10 Taylor songs of all time. Fourth album is number 1, Treacherous. Mostly just for the bridge. I love this song literally so much. All we are is skin and bone, trained to get along, forever going with the flow, but you're quick. Number 2, Nothing New. I don't know how I lived a period of my life where I didn't have this song. This song is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And number 3, Say It With Me, All Too Well, the 10-minute version. I know a lot of people don't want the All Too Well 10-minute version to be on the ERAS Tour set list, but I mean, come on. It was such an iconic moment in the fandom when she released the 10-minute version that we've been waiting for literally 10 years. Moving on to album number 5,
1989.
I am 100% sure that she has to sing clean. I'm forever jealous of the people in Tampa who got to experience her sing clean live.
And the flowers that we grown together died of thirst.
Physically imagine being there. Water filled my lungs, I screamed so loud but no one heard a thing. I did hear it live on the 1989 tour, but I need to also hear it on the ERAS tour. Number 2, which I don't think would have been a possibility of her singing without Taylor's version of it, This Love. I used to never appreciate This Love. I swear it was on the bottom of my list ever since Taylor's version came out, and I know that This Love stans are gonna come for me. But I think Taylor's version of This Love tops the original one by literally 100,000,000,000%. I think it is, and I would die to hear her sing it live. Number 3, You Are in Love. This is the only song on 1989 I did not get to hear live. It wasn't permanent on the set list, so I didn't get to hear it here. And I don't think there's a huge possibility of her singing it, but like, I just want to do the thing with the crowd where it's like, you can hear it in the silence, 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 silence.
You can hear it in the silence, silence.
The echo back. Album number 6 is
Reputation.
This album is very important to me, meaning, you know, she has to sing every single song off of it, obviously. I'm just kidding. Choosing 3 songs, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Like, I'm not joking, but I'm pretty confident in my top 3. Number 1 is obviously Don't Blame Me. It was one of the best experiences of my life when I got to hear this on the rep tour. Seriously, a spiritual awakening. I'm so for real about her singing that. Please, Taylor, please. Number 2, a lot of people will agree with, is Getaway Car. This performance also on the rep tour, so iconic. I also want the Why She Disappeared poem in the beginning. I feel like that's important to the song. When she stood with a desolate knowingness, waded out into the dark where others stood up to her neck, bathed in her brokenness. Yeah, I also need that in the beginning. It might be asking for a lot, but I feel like we can do it. And number 3, I don't know if people will agree with it, but I mean, it's kind of been like my brand since 2017. I've branded myself as the number 1 This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things stan. And I pride myself on that. I think I still am the number 1 This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things stan. Even though it is not my favorite song anymore, it is still like top 20 probably of all time. Like, I don't think you guys understand how obsessed I was with this song. 1, because it helped me through really a hard time in 7th grade and 8th grade. I mean, the entire Reputation album really did. And I just think this song is so fun, especially just live. Moving on to the next album. Number 1. If this is not your number 1 song she has to sing on Lover, I don't know what you're thinking. But number 1 is obviously Cruel Summer. This is one of the only songs she has not sung on Lover live, obviously. I'm like 98.95% sure that she will sing this song on tour. Everyone agrees that she has to sing Cruel Summer. You have to. Number 2 is Lover, one of my favorite songs of all time. This song makes me feel something. Anyways, especially the bridge. Like, number 3, The Archer. Most of the songs on this list are like very, you know, upbeat songs you can dance to. But we also need like a few like lower production, smaller performances. And I would be totally fine if she sung The Archer on guitar, piano, a cappella. The next album is
Folklore.
which I'm not even going to begin to explain how much I love this album. I love Folklore more than I love my child. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. Folklore is number 1. You'll hear me say it 1,000 more times. Folklore, the best album of all time. My favorite album of all time. First song she has to sing is my favorite song of all time. This was definitely the hardest album to only choose 3, so I kind of sort of cheated a little bit. Like, what's the fun if you don't cheat a little bit? Number 1, obviously, my favorite song of all time, my number 1 stan song, Mirror Ball. I don't want to give too much away for my costume, but I think I'm doing something with Mirror Ball. Number 2 is kind of where I cheated a little bit. At first, I was going to say for my top 3, I wanted August, Betty, and Cardigan, but I could not leave out Mirror Ball, so I cheated slightly and I said Betty, August, Cardigan mashup. The Folklore love triangle of Betty, August, and James is my favorite thing ever. If I got to hear those all in the same night, I feel like there's a possibility that she would do that. Lastly, I have My Tears Ricochet. The bridge, hearing that bridge live would actually send me into an aneurysm. Hearing that song live would actually make me ascend into the sky. Next album.
Evermore.
This song was also pretty easy to pick 3 from because I'm pretty confident in my top 3 favorites. Number 1 is Ivy. Ivy is my favorite song on Evermore. I think it is so beautifully written. Like, how is one to know I'd meet you where the spirit meets the bones in a faith-forgotten land? Number 2, which I feel like she will sing this. Champagne Problems. The bridge. I remember her in an interview saying she really wants to hear a crowd sing What a Shame She's in the Head. Like, imagine screaming that with an entire audience. Number 3 is Right Where You Left Me. I really love this song. Like, truly
I love this song.
Moving on to
Midnight.
number 1, You're on Your Own, Kid. Maybe she shouldn't sing this because I would break down crying. Like, 100% I would break down crying. This song is my favorite song of all time. Number 2 is Maroon, another one of my favorite songs of all time. And also screaming this with the crowd and just like That would be heaven to my ears. And the final song that I think she needs to sing, I don't think it's a big possibility, but I can hope, is The Great War. That's all for like my top 3 on each album, but I do have some honorable mentions I would like to read aloud.
I'd buy I Heart question mark, permanent marker, Tried to Go Through the Smile, 2 Drops on My Track 15, The Way I Loved You, Dear John, Better Than Revenge, Innocent, State of Grace, I Almost Do, The Very First Night, The Moment I Knew, How to Get a Girl Dressed, New Year's Day, I Did Something Bad, I Think You Know It's False God, London Boy, Daylight, The Rush, American Dynasty, 7, Elizabeth Ferris, Hope Still Lakes, Gold Rush, Travel Like Me, It's Time to Go, Lavender Haze, Mastermind, and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda.
Just some honorable mentions. That is my official dream set list for the ERAS tour. If you are going to the ERAS tour, let me know which show you are going to down below. If you're going to Las Vegas night 2 or Seattle night 1, let me know because I would love to meet up, trade friendship bracelets, talk. Also comment down below songs that Taylor has to sing. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already because I upload Taylor Swift content every single week. Anyways, I love you guys so much and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye. ERAS tour! Yeah!